Hey there, lovely souls. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to come on and discuss the 88 keys of being a woman. And in some way, hopefully, will help you to just come to a deeper level of love and acceptance for yourself. So I'm going to just tell you of my complete spectrum of emotions that I have had today already, and it's not even, well, it's just about lunchtime. Okay, so I woke up this morning and it was raining and just thought I need to go and ground. So barefoot, out I stepped, just going out into my garden, standing on the rocks, which always feels very much more strength for me. It's definitely that masculine energy. The rocks, they are the masculine of the earth. And I stepped onto that and allowing my kidney point of my feet to really allow myself to connect, and then into the ground as well as the grass. And I was just there, and this is very gentle summer rain coming down on me in my hoodie, as it were. And just being very peaceful, very connected, being in that very moment. And listening to the rain, the summer rain on the leaves. I could really hear it. And at that moment, I just felt so much joy, so much gratitude of being able to be there and to listen to that. And it was just a very beautiful moment. Then, holy shit, emotions all of a sudden just started flowing out of me. And I didn't even know what these emotions were. I had no idea. And there's a real deep part of me said it doesn't matter what these emotions are. Just let them move through you. And my darling husband, like, are you all right? And I'm stomping around because, that's my kind of thing. Oh, I'm all right. Oh, that kind of like crap. My patterning as my inner child, or my just that stroppy bit of, oh, here I am, not really, allowing support to come through. I'll do this on my own and I'll just, hanker down, which is a real survival pattern of mine. And then bless him, he asks me again. And at that point, I just let him in and said, I'm feeling really emotional and I have no idea why. It's not you, so which was a big relief for him. And just had a hug. And that was it. And my tears just came again. And it was like a lot of grief coming through, definitely. And as that happened, then it sort of cleared off and, seemed fine. And then I'm in my car, driving my dear little son to school, and then all of a sudden, a whole load of emotion came back through. Now, normally I'll try and hold back emotions for my children because, the usual typical patterning that we just hold these things back. Again, it was just let it through. And just again saying, I have no idea why I'm feeling like this. I'm just letting it pass. So dropped the poor little fella off after listening to his mother. It wasn't that bad, but just it's letting that emotion through. And I think that's quite really healing for them too, that we can all have emotions, but we just don't need to necessarily know what it is. We just need to honor ourselves at that moment. And then as you do, you go to Aldi, go shopping, sitting in the car park, feeling really shit about myself, going, what the fuck is wrong with me? What is going on? Is it menopause? Is it universal stuff? Is there some massive collective energy that I'm tapping into? It's all just coming through and it's just bombarding me. What's wrong with me? Imposter phenomenon coming up because I'm doing an event tonight. And, am I good enough? Is everybody going to see that I'm just a fake? All that shite coming up for me. And I just shrink. I shrink into that. I just curl up into a ball and just want to hide with that emotion. Whiz around Audi and then get to a coffee shop, speaking to a lady. Hello, how are you? Yeah, fine, thank you. actually, no, I'm really fucking emotional. I don't know why. And she replies to me saying, I've had exactly the same. I think it's menopause. Could be I'm on HRT because it was just becoming too much. And in that plight, I sort of said to her, I was like, actually, I believe menopause is about us coming into our power. Menopause is about us being the true diversity of what being a female is. And a lot of that is about feeling. Feelings are emotions. Again, if we don't allow ourselves to feel them, to allow them process, they get caught and stuck within us. And the fact that we just then go on some drugs is kind of insinuating there's something wrong with us. It's shameful when there's something's wrong with us. It's, again, another level of shame that women carry and guilt. And there's just something that needs to be fixed about us. And there isn't, actually. There's nothing wrong with us. We don't need to be fixed. We don't need to be slapped on drugs to suppress our emotions and to continue on our push, drive way of being. Those emotions that are coming up for us are about asking us for deeper connection to ourselves, which is our sacrum, our womb, our clit, our pussy, whatever you want to call it. It's talking about sitting really deep into our hits. It's our moon element, which we're in the new moon, which is arriving later tonight. So we're going for that real dark moon, where everything that we don't align to our joy will be coming up for us. So thank you to universe for showing me all my shite that I need to shift to let go so I can bring in that level of joy. So continuing on my journey, I then, because I've got boxing class to go to, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. My mind and my body just wants me to curl up and just shrink into myself. That somewhere inside me knows I need to go. So I still go. My body's knackered and I'm still sort of trying to push through it. Then there's one point when there was an exercise what I really don't like enjoying, and I literally just threw the dumbbells down. I'm not doing that. Not doing it. Not pushing myself. It hurts. I'm not doing it. And I could, belief system could make that, oh, you're not good enough, or you failed, or you've got to keep pushing to achieve what you've got to do. Otherwise, you're failing for that. But the action of going, no, not doing this, and was just a huge message. It wasn't for anybody else, nobody really probably noticed, but it was a message to myself. So actually I'm going to listen to what I want and what is right for me. So it was like a huge energetic, physically, emotional, mental decision at that very point of bringing in a healthy boundary of saying no, which is something, boundaries has been something that I'm still learning. They weren't shown to me as a child. I don't think they get shown to women very well, or girls, in any of our society. Because we are the peace givers. We sacrifice our peace to keep the peace. And the whole shitload of suppression that has gone on through society for thousands of years of women, where they've just had to suck it up and put up. Okay, so what that does comes into your liver. And your liver is like that sponge. It absorbs everything, all that negativity, right? Which is for us to detox, but we don't give ourselves that outlet to release it because we've not been shown to. We've not been allowed to. We don't allow to get angry. We're so like mad hatters, you know, the banshees, you know, going off, they're losing their shit, you know. It's actually, if we can give ourselves safe space to allow ourselves to process this stuff, is so frigging healing. So then I get onto the bag, and all of a sudden, so much rage was coming up through me. And I don't really know why. There's a little flicker of like coming through, but it wasn't meant for anything or anyone. It was purely about letting this emotion process through me. And the fact that it was so physical, I was really enabling my body to process that emotion that is so deeply ingrained in my system, in my body, to come out. It was a safe environment. I mean, as much as I probably wanted to scream and shout as much as I could, obviously appreciating the other people in the class, which actually gave me an idea that we need to create something to allow our rage to come out, but in a very safe space using boxing. So that was a beautiful thing. And I just felt after that huge shift of being able to step out of the woe is me, the victim, the imposter phenomenon, your shit, all that BS story. I then stepped up, moved it through my body, and I felt incredible. So for Aid, I come home and I'm great. I've gone from walking out the door, booing my eyes out, to coming back in, feeling friggin' amazing. Okay, that is the keys, the 88 keys of being female. We play the full spectrum. We are the rainbow of colors. And we have to honor that, because when we do, we're enabling this shift and this move through of all these emotions that don't actually serve us. And we do it for ourselves. And when we're doing it for ourselves, we're inspiring and holding space for others to do the same. And that helps women, it helps men, it helps the children. It's very purifying. It's like fire and rage. It's the alchemy. It can, it burns that dead wood. It allows the debris of the woods to allow new growth to come through. It's very powerful, but you have to do it in a conscious, contained way, so you just don't burn the whole friggin' forest down. And that is when, if you think about it, that heat, if we don't let it out of our bodies in a conscious way, we burn. We are creating heat and inflammation in our body, and anything that is pain or disease comes right back to inflammation in our body. So it's really important to be able to give ourselves that space to process our emotions, to process that rage, to process that anger, the grief. Because when we do, we come right back. We come back to our neutral state. I mean, the other thing I forgot to mention is that when I was in Aldi and I seen all the packaging, all the plastic, I was getting really fucked off. It's like, this doesn't have to be, because my massive passion is this health of our planet. And the fact that we have plastic in our blood now, you know, no wonder we get sicker. 70% of blood can hold plastic. 1 in 2 people get cancer. Neural diversity is increasing. Alzheimer's. You know, this is all because of our body. Our planet is getting more and toxic, and so does our bodies, because we're exactly the same. We are not different to our Earth. So that brought out passion. It brought me, where am I? What am I here for? What is my purpose? That is what it is. But we need to feel these 88 keys to understand ourselves on a much deeper level, and to trust it and know that that's okay. And the last thing was, I'm back home packing away, and I had in my voice, when I'm putting the chocolate rice cakes away, is my son asking me where the chocolate rice cakes, and I'm basically going, well, they're there obviously, but in actually reality it could be in 3 different places, because I will put them in 3 different places depending on my logic on the day. That again is a female thing. Our logic can change. Okay, so rather than thinking we're just mad, just accept it. It is what it is. So I just really wanted to share that message, and to know that being a woman is about being able to allow yourself to feel all this, all those emotions, because we have the power of alchemy. With the power of alchemy to change it right back to neutral, to bring anger, fear, rage, shame, and guilt back to love, joy, and peace. We have that power within us. And the interesting thing was the fact that it was joy of connecting into Mother Earth. That simplicity cracked me. Didn't break me, but it cracked me open. It cracked the old shell to open, to release, to let go, to keep allowing this new seed, this new part of me, what's always been part of me, but never been allowed to shine or to be present. So as painful that rapture, as it were, of that process, it can move through you really quickly when you know how to. And know that when you're not feeling love, joy, and peace, it's coming through to help you shift your shite. It's not your truth. But we get so stuck into the emotion because it's so powerful that we get taken down in the rapids. But we need to come back to our center and to know that actually is my love, my joy, and my peace. And this is why I do affirmations. I choose love, I choose joy, I choose peace. This is what I'm wanting. These are my foundations. These are my boundaries. I'm going back to that. Don't quite know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to. And it's reconfirming every time. That's energetic boundaries. It's vocalizing it to yourself that becomes your boundaries and your alignment of what you want. You're deciding and choosing. That is where you're going to be. You're not going to get swept out to sea and who knows where. You're choosing how you wish to feel. And what you need to do is then allow all the other emotions to come through, to express them, to connect the sacrum up to the throat. You know, this is also helps that movement of joy, of pleasure to come through. We think about orgasms, it's all connecting through the sacrum up to the throat. It's about really asking ourselves to connect what we desire, but we need to work through the sediments that have been blocking that and let it move through you. So I hope this has been of some inspiration to you. And again, just know that you're enough. Give yourself some more compassion when you're not feeling on top of the world. And know that menopause isn't something to be scared of. It's actually a really huge, empowering transition for us women to step up into our power, to know who we're here for, what serves us, our boundaries, to not be running around like batshit crazy at different things. It's actually about finding your balance, your flow, your connection to cycles, to earth, and to come back into alignment. So it really comes down to the miracle, the shift of our perspective on things. So lots of love and all the very best. And if you need more information about these tools, you've got myself, one-to-one. You have a container that I can hold you through for 14 weeks that really enables you to get through this process, which I wish I had actually for myself at the time, but I've learned this all myself through my own experiences and through, you know, the ups and the downs. So, you know, this is coming from experience. It's coming from my journey. I'm not trying to be anything else. It's purely about how I have connected and how I've worked through things. And there's been a lot of shit, but it's okay. I'm good. And actually that shit has helped me become much stronger in myself. So it's very powerful, but it's always a lot nicer if you've been held through it. And so if you do, reach out to me, and sending you lots of love. Take it easy.